What can we be doing to help the world right now, during this pandemic, during COVID-19? As many of you know, I work as the VA chaplain and clinical pastoral education supervisor on David Grant Medical Center on Travis Air Force Base in Fairfield, California. A lot's going on right now at Travis Air Force Base with cruise ships dropping off people who are now in quarantine. It's a scary time, not only there, but all around. Well, as I was at David Grant Medical Center and I was walking around visiting patients who aren't doing well, I was walking the halls, and on my way to visit a sick patient last week, I ran into another person and recognized them from the hospital. And after we raised our elbows across the hall, I said, I think the most important thing we need to do is sitting in nature and meditating and sending love and healing to the planet. And he was telling me this. And I said, I love that idea because I love to walk. It's so green right now. It's spring. But it's hard to see, isn't it? Because we're inside so much. It's hard to see the flowers. And it's hard to see the lawn. And we're not even out there as much cutting it because we're supposed to be inside wearing our masks. But he said, can't we do that? Can't we just for a moment sit out in nature? Can't we meditate a little? And if you were going to send love to somebody, who would you send it to? Would it be family? Is there a friend right now you haven't talked to in months or maybe even years that you can call? Who would you call? Would it be an old classmate? A friend you met a long time ago? A special neighbor to you when you were a kid? Studies show that group collective thinking and consciousness has the power to change outcomes. For faith communities, they would call it prayer. But for any community, the minimum number of people required to jumpstart a change in consciousness is the square root of 1% of the population. What happens if we're part of that 1% of the population that decides that today we're going to put into the universe wonderful thoughts? The faith community would say pray for people. Pray for people that are going through a difficult time. Pray for people in the hospitals. What would happen if so many of us put our collective consciousness together and thought about people? Not just ourselves, not just what we're having for dinner tonight, not just what we're going to do tomorrow, not just what video we're going to watch tonight or some Netflix show that we're thinking about. You know we think about that a lot. We've been thinking a lot about Netflix, but what would we do? What could we do if we thought about changing the world together through our corporate consciousness or prayer? Friends, it's a pivotal time in human history. It's an opportunity to come back home, both literally and to yourself, and to reprioritize what you've been thinking about, and to reprioritize what's important to you, your family, your community, and the world at large. Nature, love, peace, authenticity, putting the gadgets down sometimes, real connection, no matter how that happens, on the phone, a little in person with a family member. I'm going to do my best to look at life right now through the lens of love and not fear. And make no mistake, I'm going to be reminding myself of this every single day because I think it's tough. We can get pulled into the news and get stressed out. But I'm going to be actively changing my thoughts as often as I can. Not on myself, but on someone else. No thought or feeling is final. No situation lasts forever. We will get through this together. So what can you be doing to help the world right now?